Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a Certified Zentangle Teacher, and welcome to day one of Inktober Tangles for 2024. I'm going to keep these short and simple. I will be doing my Inktober on these 2x2 bijou size tiles that I have colored with watercolors. I do have a video called What is Inktober that will explain how I've done Inktober in the past and how I'm doing it this year. This is my disc bound system that I created, and I will put a link in the description in case you're interested in that. And what I do is each day I show on here some of the different ways that you can do the pattern, and then I will put it in my book. Okay, today's tangle is called Ambler, and it's by Zentangle, and you can do it simply like I've done here. Okay, this has a border on it, and it's just these little patterns that almost look like a maze. And before I forget, I will be using a Micron PN, a graphite pencil, which is just a number 2 pencil, and a blending tool known as a tortillon. And I keep this in there just to keep the tip pushed out. You don't have to use exactly what I'm using. Any paper, any size, any pen and pencil will do. And don't let 31 days of this Inktober stress you out, okay? It's only meant to help you be encouraged to put ink to paper every day, okay? So Ambler is simply this pattern that kind of looks like a maze, okay? And you can put it in a border like this with, I have a line going across it, keep it just separated like this. But I will tell you, if you see one that has rows of these connected, that is the pattern E-mingle, okay? And it looks exactly like Ambler, except it's in a grid. Ambler is meant to be like a ribbon, okay? And I'm just going to show you 2 quick ways to do this. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and just put a line across here so that I'll keep it about the same size. And we simply draw like we're drawing a square. Okay? But before you get back to this other side, you're going to turn and go back up. You can have nice square corners, rounded corners. You can make this as close to the other side as you want. You can see that my lines are not going to be perfect. Okay, so just going in until you want to stop. We're going to go right next to that and do it again. And I'm going to try on these to make these the same size. But I'm not worried if they're not. I keep my little reminder close by that says, don't overthink it, because that is a bad habit for me. The perfectionist in me wants it to be perfect. and it's not going to be that way. For Inktober, if you can't do this every day, don't worry about it. Come back and do it another day. If there are some of these patterns that you don't like, try it once and then add it to your list of patterns that you don't want to do it again. There are some that are challenging, but I do encourage you to try. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and shade this one. And this is kind of cool to just go across the corners. Okay, and then get your blending tool and just soften that. And I see it shaded like this quite often. Okay, and like I showed you here, you could put a border line on each side if you wanted to, an aura. Okay, and another way to do this is with weighted lines. And to do that, I'm going to keep this not quite as close together as I did on the ones up above. Okay, so I'm going to space that out a little bit. Okay, and then I'm just going to go on the outside. And just add a little bit of weight on just these corners. That gives you a totally different look. Makes it almost look like steps coming up. Okay, so let's do another one. And again, give yourself a little bit more room to add that weighting. You can have more rounded corners on these if you want. Okay, let's add one more. And you can see I didn't make these all the exact same size. That's okay. If you're new to Zentangle and these pins, PN is a plastic nib, which makes it a little bit stronger tip. Like for when I'm doing this, I'm pushing down on it. And I'm just adding that weighting to one side. Okay, so there you go. There's two different ways that you can do Ambler. And as far as shading, what if, I haven't done this before, but on one of these, I'm going to add just a little bit of shading just on one side. Okay. And I'm not adding much. But I just thought, well, since we kind of have a shadow on that side, let's go ahead and see how that looks. Keeping in mind that this, where you've added a little bit extra ink, may take a little bit longer to dry. Okay, I like that. All right, there we go. That's day one. And let's show you my practice page again. All right, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you tomorrow for day two. Thank you. Bye.